right, here we go. What did you do first? You said solve for. I'm talking to you too.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. What's the number?
You turn positive 1 to negative.
Now, firstly, a lot of times you won't say you turn positive 1 into negative 1. That is not at all what I'm doing. Even though I understand what you're telling me to do, I want our words to start matching our mathematical processes to some degree. We need to eliminate the positive 1, right? So you have to add the opposite. The opposite of positive 1 is negative 1. And what you do on one side of the equation or inequality, you do on the other. We're not physically changing this to a negative 1. We're adding something so it can equal 0. Okay, we're good? Got that? Now what? We divide both sides by -5 so we can get that x by itself, yes? Okay. So what do you end up with? X?
Less than equal.
Right. Why less than or equal to? I just divided by negative when I went through the solving process, right? So I need to flip the direction of that inequality.
So or then, okay, the word or, what does the word or mean?
That's an extremely good question. What does the word or mean? Give me a minute and I'll talk about that, okay?
Okay, but every time it's a negative, every time it's a negative, that you want, you should flip the sign.
Anytime you have a negative coefficient, you're going to have to multiply or divide by a negative to make that positive, right? So you will flip the sign. That's a yes.
So what's the negative?
Okay. So the or is very important, but we're going to deal with that in a minute, okay? All right, let's solve this one. We add 7 to both sides. 2x is greater than 12, divide by 2, divide by 2. Do I flip the inequality here? No, I'm not multiplying or dividing by negative, right? Coefficient is positive, which you notice, great connection. Okay. So next, I'm going to draw a number line. I'm not directed to draw a number line, it just helps me to write my answer, okay? So my solution, I need a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So x less than or equal to 2. There's going to be a parenthesis. Oh, is that a parenthesis? It should be a what? Bracket. Right? Bracket. And x less than. I'm doing a very good job of drawing it. This way. Are we okay with that? And then x greater than 6, what's going to be here? Bracket or parenthesis? Why? Because there's no line here, so the 6 is not included. It's just greater than 6. Okay. Now you asked me a great question. You asked me, what does or mean? Or means this set or that set. If you have an x value that satisfies this equation or this equation, that's fine. You don't care about what they have in common. You care about everything. Okay? It's like if you got married, you union family A with family B. Okay? So now everybody's family. That's kind of what the or statement means. Okay? So with the or statement, you listen to me? It includes everything. So how do we write that? How do you write an interval notation for this side? What you think? What do you start with for this step? There's no number down there, right?
Yeah.
This is going down forever, right? So what number do you write that represents that? Or what symbol or number? How do you quantify that? Right. You write negative infinity That's your minimum because it's going down forever in the negative direction forever. And where does it stop? It stops at 2, including the 2, because it's or equal to. You union that. Good question. Why do you union that? Do these overlap? There's a pause, there's a break. So this set notation, interval notation represents this piece. You stop, and then you have to connect that to this piece. So where does this piece start? At 6 and goes to where? So this is how you would write your answer. Okay? Stay with me for a second. No, I'm going to add something. If this was an and statement instead of an or, and means what they have in common, right? What do these two sets have in common? What do these two sets have in common? What numbers do they have in common? Do you see any numbers in common, or is it just me?
2 and 6.
So 2 is a part of this set?
I'm not understanding.
Why not?
Because they're both positive numbers.
I didn't ask you what positive numbers they have in common, right? I said what numbers do this set and this set have in common? Say it again? Perfect. None. None. If this was an and statement, your answer would be no solution. Because what the equation would be asking you, or the inequality would be asking you, is what values do these two inequalities share? If this was an and statement, you would say no solution because they don't share any values. And that's not a trick question. I'm just trying to get you to conceptualize what's going on. Make sense? Stop.